batshame swin'we va ri va rhandzani and ekuma ku munhu a nga swi tivi you know na mabuluku hava so we play this type of songs so that we spark conversations between the lovers.
At least balangsana ba smile. Yeah, it gets exciting.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, mamina la. Unbalablela vusi.
Unbalablela.
Okay, it's 5 minutes past 11. Before we go and start our conversation, na guest hina, we want to raise this awareness. Today is World Hypertension Day, which is observed annually on May 17 to raise awareness about hypertension and promote its prevention, detection, and control. So this year's theme is measure your blood pressure accurately, control it, live long. So this theme emphasizes the importance of accurate blood pressure measurement and effective management. So key facts that we need to look at when we are raising this awareness. Let's look at global impact. So over 1 billion people worldwide live with hypertension, which is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease and premature death. And another key factor, Tiani, there's an awareness gap. So nearly half of the people with hypertension are unaware of their condition, highlighting the need for increased awareness and access to quality health care. And then another issue, Tian, while we're still on key factors, let's look at prevention strategies. So health lifestyle choices such as a balanced diet, regular physical activity, and stress. That's why some of us, we are always exercising it. Yeah.
It's very important, honestly. And people don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about like wanting to build your body. You know, you're preventing so many things.
Yeah. We want to avoid these type of things. And then another thing, while we're still looking at prevention strategies, people are advised to manage their stress levels, which can help prevent hypertension. And let us go and look at initiatives and resources that are available worldwide. So the World Hypertension League leads a global awareness, it leads a global awareness effort, providing resources and promoting activities like blood pressure screening and education campaigns. And again, there's the World Health Organization, which supports initiatives like HEART's technical package, which guides healthcare systems in managing cardiovascular diseases. And then lastly, when we're looking at initiatives and resources that are available, there's the European Society of Cardiovascular Council on Hypertension, which also participate in awareness efforts, offering information and resources for healthcare professionals. And lastly, Tiani, why accurate measurement matters. So accurate measurement, blood pressure measurement is crucial for diagnosis and management. The World Hypertension League offers certification courses for healthcare professionals to improve to measure these things accurately. Leswi nenga khomela swona ka site ra mina leswiwani eku endlela ya ku va hi lemukisa timhaka letiwani hypertension.
Yeah, and mingaba come there with this what actually causes hypertension. So the exact cause of hypertension, of what we call high blood pressure, is often unknown, but it's generally considered to be a combination of factors rather than a single cause. You know, so lifestyle factors or other contributing factors. So let's look at unhealthy diet. You know, a diet in high sodium, salt, and low in potassium, along with insufficient intake of fruits and vegetables, can contribute to hypertension. So you really need to watch what you eat. Don't just eat anything, and eat more healthy than unhealthy. You know, lack of physical activity. You mentioned, Shulani, that you need to exercise regularly to help maintain healthy blood pressure, and don't have the lifestyle of just sitting and not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, you can do walks, you can do short jogging, like you don't really have to do that intense exercise, but
And
just
there's
do
a lot
something.
of exercises, home exercises, Tiana, that people can engage in. It doesn't need one to
Go to the gym.
go to the gym and pay money, pay instructors at the gym. You can just, people, like almost everyone now has got a smartphone, and people have got data every day. So you can just log into YouTube. There are tutorials, people giving instructions on those simple home exercises.
I know we just blood pressure, especially in individuals who are regularly drinking. So don't take too much alcohol, and also smoking, which can both raise blood pressure in the moment and damage blood vessels over time, leading to increased risk. So lastly, we have on the lifestyle factors, we have stress. So chronic stress can lead to elevated blood pressure and other health programs. So please prioritize your peace at all times. If you are doing something that does not give you peace, stay away from it. Cut off people that don't give you peace, because they're going to make you sick.
Namjolo wabangela hypertension.
I can't relate. I am at peace. So we also have other contributing factors. Age, obviously. So the risk of developing hypertension increases with age, particularly after 65. And family history, a genetic predisposition to hypertension can make an individual more exposed to this thing because of genetics. And also race. 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 Certain racial groups, such as African Americans, have a higher prevalence of hypertension. Overweight or obesity, it goes back to how you eat and also exercising. So excess weight can strain the heart and blood vessels, increasing
We are back after we gave you a double play, Mixed VMC Planet Radio. We gave you feed. When get the similar feed on Awolo. And then we gave you Mikasa, Nana. Yeah, I struggle pronouncing Owolo. Awolo. Awolowo.
Yes.
Oh, Awolowo. Oh.
And yes, our guest has arrived.
Yeah.
Grace Ntshabele, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Our current Mrs. Universe Global for 2025 and a former Mrs. Universe South Africa second princess. So we are sitting with a title holder here.
Yeah.
Multiple title holder. Mrs. Worldwide SA, an international title holder. Mrs. Worldwide Heritage for 2022, a runaway model, pageant national director, and a fashion show director. Also, lastly, an author. Welcome to VMC Planet Radio, Mrs. Ntshabele.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I am good, but I'm a little bit down.
Okay.
What is wrong? I thought you would be excited to be here.
No, definitely I'm excited to be here, but the response that I'm getting from my fellow women, it's really painful. So, if your fellow women, they are the one who, instead of supporting you, but they are the very first one who are like,
I think that is why it's still hard for this country to fight GBV, because the very same people that are affected by the same thing, they don't stand up to say, you know what, enough is enough. But instead, they mock us when you speak up.
Exactly. So when you are honest, you are hated in South Africa. And that's what I always say when I'm invited to to speak up that a woman's enemy is another woman. A man uses a woman to destroy a woman. So we are scarred by our fellow women.
Let me tell you, don't feel down. You're actually doing a great thing to speak up, because there are those who can't speak up. But you being here and speaking up, you're actually unchaining someone from what chains them. So please chin up and be happy to be here, Hlolani. Yeah.
Okay, welcome, Mrs. Ntshabele. Like Tiani has already explained, introduced you, listing all the titles that you hold, some of them you once held, so that we can have a little bit of a background so that our listeners know who we are talking to. I want to give you this opportunity to introduce yourself to our listeners, so that it might happen that maybe we did not introduce you correctly, but it's always good for one to introduce themselves, so that our listeners get a little bit of a background of who we are in conversation with.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Phumzile Grace Ntshabele, Mrs Global Universe South Africa, which I'll be representing South Africa from the 1st of July to the 6th in Singapore and Malaysia in Mrs. Global Universe.
Nice.
I'm a former Mrs. Universe South Africa, second princess, Mrs. Worldwide South Africa, and also I was crowned in Indonesia as Mrs. Worldwide Heritage. I'm an author of a book called My Mother Hates Me, National Director for Miss Tourism Worldwide South Africa and Africa. Miss and Mrs. Global Universe, South Africa and Africa, and Mrs. Worldwide, South Africa. Also, but Kuningi.
You're quite a heavyweight.
And I'm also a founder and CEO of Special People Foundation, of which is my foundation, which was birthed in 2018, where I was a widow for 7 years, and the foundation it's running now for 7 years. Last year, I won an award for an outstanding African women organization of the year 2024, of which I was in competition with 60 phenomenal African women, and I won the award. So Kuningi, I also run my own fashion show, which it's SP fashion show, which in short is for Special People fashion show, where my foundation mostly it's for marginalized and forgotten people. So I deal with everybody who is infected and affected with HIV. I don't call myself a GBV victim because I refuse to be a victim, but I am a victim because I was in a 2 years abusive marriage. I was raped, I think 3 times. I have aborted. I was in a polygamy. I've been married 3 times. I was widowed at the age of 30, where my late husband died. He was infected with HIV, so that's why I'm very so fond with when I say I'm advocating for people who are infected and affected. I cannot talk much about infected people because my late husband was infected, but I was affected. Yes.
Okay. So, Mrs. Ntshabele, I want us to go to what brought you here. When you contacted us as VMC Planet Radio, you gave us a story that allegedly happened between you and one of the managers. He's an operation manager of Soweto Fashion Week. Okay, so I want you to take us to the details of what transpired, so that we get to understand what we are discussing here, so that our listeners can get a background of what we are talking about, so that we reach that objective. Because you said you want to raise an awareness to people who are in the modeling industry. So take us through the details of what transpired.
Okay, as our sister already said here, that I'm runway model. So I'm also a model, following my also role model, Grace Jones. She's still a model at her age. I'm turning 44 next month. I'm
okay.
Dala.
Never
But yeah,
too old.
as a model coming from the pageantry side, I went to Soweto Fashion Week casting last year, of which I share a stage with my son. He's also a model. And we casted, obviously, mother and son, but nobody knows. Only when they see him coming to me, and calling mom, that's when are you mother and son? Because others, they even think, oh, maybe Bentenia K and stuff. So I went in, and it was quite an interesting show, because it started, I think, when on the 30th of October.
Last year.
Yes, last year, of which we just landed from Uganda, as my late husband was from Uganda.
Okay.
So we landed in South Africa on the 30th, but we only went to the show on the 31st. Okay, the show went fine, everything was good. Show ended fine. Obviously, there's exchanging numbers because we are on the group.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And I received an invitation from the operation manager, of which I was also doing my fashion show for December.
Yeah.
7 December. So he invites me to Pretoria Fashion Show, of which it was really a nice invitation, because I'm also in this industry, so I'm taking notes when I go to fashion shows or for what to do and what not to do. So I was really honored to get an invitation, of which I've joined in, and I met with them. He was with one of the team members, which is a female, she's a female. She's an assistant operations
Manager. Okay.
And also one of their team members, he's a male. I wish all men can be like him. He's such a respectful man and down to earth. And yeah, I just wish that men can be like him. So getting there, it's the four of us now. Greetings and everything is fine to others, but him, when he's greeting you, he's touching your palm.
Oh.
First of all, that's a disrespect.
Okay. Yes.
It's a really disrespect, because it's literally the first time me and you, we meet outside, except from being in your show.
Yeah.
You understand? So everybody knows I'm very straightforward. I'm very straightforward. I have male friends. My friends respect me. I have male friends for 30 years and all. I'm always with the guys. So when I tell you don't cross the line, you don't cross the line.
Yeah.
So that was that. Fashion show get finished. We go to Melrose Arc now to eat, the four of us. So we all sit there. When we sit down, obviously it's the guy that side, it's the assistant operations manager, and it's me, and it's him.
Okay.
When we sit down, put in mind that when you go in, I always dress up. It's only here and that I'm not dressed up. So I always dress up, me showing my legs, because I've got beautiful legs,
Yes, girl.
So when we sit there, fine, we're ordering food and stuff, then the next thing, the hand is in between my thighs.
Oh.
You don't do that. You don't know me like that. I am Mrs. My title says it all. I am Mrs., not Miss.
Even if you were Miss, what gives you the right to do that?
It doesn't give you the right.
Yeah.
So I say, no, I don't like this. So apparently, I think maybe this is what him and the assistant manager, they are discussing. Because when we are sitting there, and you can see that the other guy, he's not comfortable. But these two, they are very, very comfortable. That means that I don't know whether it's their thing or what. They're like, the assistant, I think you should date my brother. And me, I can date your son, because my son, he's also a model. Apparently, they call my son a, what is this name? It always runs away. Yeah. Trans fund kid.
Okay.
Because the father passed away. That means maybe there's some monies left there.
Wow.
So my son is called the trans fund. So do you understand that it's not only women who are not safe? Even our boys, they go to fashion shows. The female directors or whatever, they are looking at our kids. So that means even the males are chosen based off, okay, ngiyamkhalela loyana, we understand. So I want him. It's not really, you are not really chosen as
So how old is the assistant to
the assistant? Because I remember saying the assistant, I think she's 21, 22.
And then how old is your son?
My son is 20. So last year he was 19.
Okay.
I was like, no, even if we older, but yeah, I can be right, so that when I come with this one, you know.
So
You know, I was so speechless.
Yeah.
You are really saying that. I might be sitting here and you are 2 years older or 1 year older than my son. I might be your mother's age. So what you are trying to say is, would you really be comfortable if somebody speaks to your mother like this? You understand? So I was not
go
okay.
back a little bit, Mrs. Ntshabele?
Yes.
You said the first time it happened in Pretoria, where
Yes.
when he greets you, the gentleman, when he greets you, he touches your bum and you reprimanded him.
Yes.
What did he say in that first instance when you reprimanded him to say, no, don't do this to me?
Now, you know, guys who always, nothing much, you know, because, you know, there are those guys who are like, to them, maybe a no, it's a yes. Because there are some women who will be like, no, but they really want that. My no is firm.
Okay. And then the second time?
And the second time, he literally removed his hand.
Okay.
So, yes. And, yeah, that was us.
No apology in both instances to say, sorry.
It's them, because now they're even talking about it in the table. Yes, why don't you date me and stuff? It's their thing. And the guy needed to go. He was going somewhere, so we all left because really I was not comfortable. But when I got home the following day, I even did live on TikTok about the disrespect of some South African men.
So was it that the only time that he did that?
He did that, and then, okay, we went again this year for the fashion show, of which this year fashion show casting, I didn't really want to attend it.
Okay.
But my son, he wanted to attend, so me driving from Boksburg to Soweto, now I must wait for my son. I decided that I might as well do the casting and we be together because, I mean, I'll be, yes. So that's how I casted again this year. And obviously, even when we were on casting, first of all, the unprofessionalism, which is it's on another level.
What did I do exactly? That
when you are casting, I've attended castings. There's order. There's order. So there was 2 interns, which they are still learning, very matured kids. I'm sure they will go far with what they are doing. And there was 2 female designers. And there was the assistant operation manager, and there was him, the operation manager. First of all, when you are doing casting, no matter if we know each other, Fulani, and stuff, when I'm on casting, there's judges here. There's some things that you do and things that you don't do. So me standing there, the 4 of us, you know, we literally stood there, and they are talking about me.
So who is talking about you?
Them.
The gentleman.
The gentleman, the designers, the what. They're talking about him. No, this is Grace. His son is that one. They are taking the, what is this? The Z card for my son. No, this one is the mother and stuff. Okay, it's fine. They are talking about me and stuff. But to me, it's unprofessional. You don't do that.
Okay, so
that's what they did, and it continued. I was chosen.
I want us to get to the
typical thing.
Yes, the second.
Yes.
I mean, what happened actually between you and the gentleman?
So what happened? The rehearsal started on the 26th of April, of which we all attended, and every time we greet, we hug. I hug everybody. I call all models my boys, my this and stuff. We hug. I treat everybody the same. And then this thing comes again. Okay, Grace, you know. You understand? Yes. In his kumbi, he said that, and the assistant...
In front of people?
Not in front of people, but in front of the assistant.
Okay.
Then the assistant also said...
the assistant who suggested that she dates your son.
Mara aus Gracie, why you some more high one?
Yeah.
So
This is a woman.
This is a woman who's almost my son's age.
Huh?
You understand? So I'm like, you know, I'd say, yeah, laughing and stuff, but it doesn't sit well. And on the third, again, it happened. That was the last rehearsals. Everything was fine. During lunchtime, we go and sit down. I was sitting with another model who came with me. Finishing food, I was sitting alone now, still doing my thing. So him and the assistant, they come and they called me to join them, of which I was sitting alone and eating. Then I go and sit with them. When we are sitting there,
so he still goes on with
no,
this?
he doesn't stop.
Okay.
For him, it's fun. Why ungangiphi kayi-one kanti why unganginyobisi?
And what is your response in that regard?
And this one assistant also say, because I kept quiet, the assistant say, Mara, house Grace again, why ungamuphi kayi-one? You understand? Then I felt like they are not stopping. Then I said to them, I am somebody's wife. Yes, even if my husband is dead, but I am somebody's wife. You understand? And do you know how much my husband spent on me to get what you want? Because, I mean, he paid lobola for me. He paid a bride price for me. He married me. He bought the ring and put it on my finger. Do you understand? I am somebody's wife, so I don't like it. And when I talk about my late husband, I become so emotional because this is a disrespect. You understand? So they saw that now I already changed. The tone is changed. No laughing, no nothing. He stood up, they go. But now when we got, after lunch, we got to the rehearsals again. They forgot my name. Now he didn't know my name. I was no longer Grace. Now he was describing me as a lawyer wa macici. When designers comes, designers now they come, they are choosing me. You can see, because remember the designers, they know exactly what they want. They know the body shape and what they want. We are different models. We have the different shapes, but the designer knows. Now he doesn't want me when I'm chosen and stuff. He's just making fun, mocking me and doing all those things. And it was not nice. And even my son, now he's no longer, they don't want to choose him to be in one of the interviews. And for opening, he didn't want to choose my son. And one of the other phenomenal women who was there, she was like, in this thing, it looks like it's personal. Now it's
so now
it's,
the other models are
yes,
getting the energy.
Everybody, yes, now it's personal because, no, you don't want Grace. You don't want her. Now he made me to walk. Other models are not walking. You know, when you are really, like he was really showing me, go say, I am the man here.
So basically what he was showing you is that you were supposed to slip your way up. You were supposed to slip with him to get gigs.
Yes. So it was really personal. They even, but this is personal, but he doesn't want Grace.
So is this how they do things at Soweto Fashion Week?
I can only speak for me. I cannot speak for others because others clearly they are quiet. If it's happening to them, they have to come and speak for themselves. I can only speak for Grace.
Because clearly, if he can be so comfortable in saying such things like that, that means it's not the first time. I'm not saying, but you know, you can't be comfortable with something that you don't know, right, Lani? Like.
Okay, so what I want to understand again, because I want you to, because. When we first have a discussion of air, you explained that you it reached a point where you were pulled off the show. I want us to quickly get to that detail so that we can continue with our conversation. Okay.
So on the 7th, it was the opening day for Soweto Fashion Week, of which my son, he was opening, and I had to leave Boxback to go to Soweto. So we already arranged for the accommodation for us where we were going to sleep. So I went with him. And me going there, we were going with my son's friends, who's also the model, a Nigerian boy. We go in there and greeting the kids and everybody. Oh, Mama Gracie, today you are a parent, not a model. I knew very well that, yes, I am. And going there, going inside, everything was fine because I'm sitting there. The interns, they said, Mama Grace, come and rehearse with us. Because remember, I was not showcasing on the opening day, but the following day, from the 8 to the 10, I was showcasing. They asked me to rehearse with them. And we were rehearsing, everything was fine, everybody was happy until he arrived.
Okay.
When he arrived, when he sees me doing my work, like even the way he holds me, why are you here? I told you that not to be here.
In front of people?
Yes, in front of people. In front of people, then I say, the intern said I can rehearse. Oh, that means you and intern has a thing. I told you that you are not supposed to be here. Then I looked at him and I just continued because we are rehearsing here and I know exactly why am I here. Do you understand? We continue, then I see him talking to the interns. He was really not happy till one of them said, Mama Grace, you can sit down. I sat down. I didn't understand what was happening. The other one, the female intern says to me, Mama Grace, today you are just a parent. I said, I know, my child, that I'm a parent today. I'm watching my son today. I'm not doing anything. Everything was fine on the 7th. We do everything. I assist with the makeuping, the models and stuff. So now the problem comes when I dress up now. My son had my key, so I was going to where they're doing the makeup to do what? To get the keys. I get there. One of the youngest designer sees me after we took a picture because I was wearing another dress designed by another designer who was sponsoring me in the other pageants.
Okay.
Then he said, are you a model? I said, yes, but today I'm not showcasing. He said, I have a dress that can fit your body type. Can you kindly showcase this dress for me? I said, no, today I'm not allowed. It's tomorrow. Then he asks somebody, she gets the permission. Then I change. I wear that dress. So we take pictures. She asked me to take pictures. Fine. There's a little girl who's a model. Put in mind that the room was full of models, designers, makeup artists, and the Soweto theater team. The room was full. There was noise and everything. So this girl, I took her pictures. Then now she was taking my pictures. And I thank God for that girl. So when we were turning, just when we were turning, then my eyes and the operation manager locked. The girl continued to take pictures. From him coming, shouting at me, the face, she continued to take pictures. The pictures, like it was really bad. So we literally, because I really tried to be really calm. We are in front of, and another thing, I'm a brand myself. I am an adult. I'm a mother to these kids. You cannot be talking to me as if you are talking to a 2-year-old. Even a 2-year-old, you cannot speak to the 2-year-old like that. So I lost it, and I gave it to him. It was bad. I'm telling you, that room that was full of people, it became quiet. Now it was me and him. People, they kept quiet, but that girl continued to take pictures and to take the videos.
Okay, so this treatment, will you say it was because you refused to sleep with him?
Yes.
So in all this, because he's the operations manager, my understanding is there should be someone superior than him. Did you even try to bring whatever that was happening or that whatever the treatment that you were getting to someone superior in the Soweto Fashion Week?
It's only him. Only him.
Okay.
You report to nobody. He's the superior there. But one of the other women and another guy, they calmed me down, and I came down, and I was like, I want the owner for this because I can't. And the way he was, he left, and he came back just to show me. You understand? So now that's where I went in, that me, I'm not sleeping with you. If this is how you treat your wife, and you treat the women that you are sleeping with, not me. Me, I'm not sleeping with you. He said, yeah, you must not even come downstairs. I'm like, who do you think you are? This is not your show.
So this is a married man?
I think he's married. So now he's literally telling me that I'm not even supposed to come downstairs where everything to go and watch my son. I'm like, who do you think you are? This is not your show. I will come downstairs.
Only because you didn't want to have sex?
Yes.
Okay, so
and
what date is this?
That was the 7th,
on the
7th of May.
Okay.
That was Soweto Fashion Week opening day, of which it was 30 selected models and the media only. So I went downstairs. The CEO was there, but the way I was so...
Who is the CEO?
The CEO of Soweto Fashion Week.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So he was there, and I was still very up, so I didn't want to talk to him. Also, I just went and sat there, and he came and sat with the CEO. That means he wanted to make sure that I don't go closer there. I was there to watch my son, not to make any drama. But the following day, I went in because I was showcasing, of which for that day, I was showcasing for 3 designers. And both of them were there. And the assistant production and operation staff during the day, apparently the day before, they drank a lot, so she forgot the key. So they asked Mama Grace again to drive her. So she tells me when I was driving her to go and fetch some key or something, she said, I heard what happened yesterday, so I think you and him should squash this thing out. I'm like, I'm not.
This is the same person who was there from the beginning in Pretoria.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not gonna squash anything in private. If you want to squash something, there was a big show yesterday. If you want to squash, we have to squash in public again, not in private. So I don't want to speak to him. I'm only here for the show. Saturday, the show is going to be finished, and you will never see me in the show again. My son is not going to be in. Everybody who is surrounded with me, they are not going to be part of this, because what is this? Understand? And she said, no, me, I'm going to go. I want this. When we came back, and I told her again, I said, please, I don't want to speak to that person. She said, no, me, he listened to me. I'm like completely ignored her. So around 4 on the 8th, now it's on the 8th, we are rehearsing. He sends me a message. His message is, Grace, you've said a lot to assistant operation manager. The allegations, I believe I deserve answers. They came now, they stopped me, the interns and everybody, they want me to go to the yellow room. I'm like, I'm not going to the yellow room. I don't want to speak to him. So he must just ignore me, and I will ignore him. That's it. That was it. And then later, where the CEO was also there, everybody was there. I went on the show for the first designer, of which I went in. They were standing together, the CEO and his operations manager. I went in the first time, and immediately the second time. So now when it was the 3rd time, and now we are no longer going upstairs to change. We were just changing there in front where there's designers and everybody. I wear this dress that was literally made for me. After wearing the dress, they sent the lady to tell me that Grace is not supposed to be on the ramp. She must remove this dress. In front of everyone, I must remove the dress. And put in mind that the CEO was standing with him. So he's even scared to come to me. He is sending somebody. He sent the first intern. I think she was scared because apparently Grace, she's not wanted here. The second one, he decided to tell the mama that one. And then the mama said, being the queen that you are, please just remove the dress. In front of everyone. You know, this designer, because the dress that I removed on the 7th, that they asked me to remove, it was also his dress. So his dress was not showcased yesterday. And today, again, now it's like it's personal. Like he's even asking what's happening. I'm like, it's okay, my boy. I will remove your dress. I had to undress again in front of everybody to now change into my dress. And this one comes, said, you should have squashed this. He said, you are not going to be on the ramp until you squash.
Who's saying
the assistant now comes.
You should have squashed, so you should have not spoken about this in public.
No, the assistant now comes and says, but he asked Grace, you know, you should have squashed this and spoke to him. Even now, he said, if you agree to go there and talk to him, then you can continue. I said, I'm not going to speak to him. He's not my God. He's not going to force me to go and squash something like this in private. Well, the show, happened in public. Go and tell him that if you want to say anything, he can say it in front of everybody.
And it's so sad that you are expected to be the bigger person in this when till today I'm sure he hasn't apologized.
No, he didn't apologize. Then the assistant went back to him while he was standing with the CEO. You understand? He's there.
So the CEO is seeing all this drama and he's quiet or she's quiet. Is it a female or maid?
He is a he. He's quiet, then he goes back to him. That means they talk, and so when I was undressing, now looking for, now the assistant, the intern who was directing, showing us, she had to come and wear this dress because the poor boy designer wanted the dress to be showcased. So she ended up being the one wearing the dress that I was supposed to wear.
So would you say the CEO also knows what is happening, and maybe Naya is part of
I won't say, but all I can say that he was there. He saw what was everything that's happened, because the assistant came back to me with an answer okay, well, he said, if you are refusing, then you are not a part of this show anymore. I said, with pleasure. With pleasure. And me, as
so
I'm
this
going,
was on the 9th?
This was on the 8th.
On the 8th,
yes.
okay.
That I was like, with pleasure. And if I'm no longer part of the show, because I don't want my son to also be embarrassed, that means my son is also not part of the show anymore, and my son's friend, because I came with them. So there is no way they will allow that. I didn't want him that on the 9th he comes and also get embarrassed like me, because, hey, your mother refused to sleep with this man, so you cannot also showcase. So I was protecting my son.
So how do you explain a CEO who keeps quiet in such cases where he sees that, hey...
I don't know, because him being there, nothing being done, the following day in the morning, I sent a message to him directly. I sent a message to him. I introduced myself. Who am I? This and that and that and that. And this is what happened. I sent him a video. And I even sent him the dress that they made me, just in case maybe he pretends he didn't see anything. This is the dress that I was supposed to wear.
And what was his response?
Lalela, like... no response to this day. This day.
I saw a statement that was posted in the
Soweto Fashion Week.
Soweto Fashion Week page, where the CEO by the name of Stephen Manzini, who is a founder, here is referenced as a founder and CEO of Soweto Fashion Week. So in this statement, they explained that they did their own investigations to these allegations against the operations manager here. They referred to the operations manager as Andile Zizikunene. So this statement here indicates that they did their own internal investigations into these allegations that you label against their operations manager. And from this statement, let me just read here. We have taken note of the recent allegations of sexual harassment made against Mr. Andile Zizikunene, Soweto Fashion Week's operations manager, by model Miss Grace Phumi Mabena. Is this you, Phumi Mabena?
That's definitely not me, because I am Mrs. Phumzile Grace Ntshabele.
Okay.
Yes.
So, in response, the Soweto Fashion Week initiated an internal inquiry. The information reviewed includes WhatsApp correspondence submitted by Ms. Mabena. This should be the correspondence between you and the CEO, because you said you sent him a WhatsApp.
Yes, I sent him a WhatsApp. That was it. And the following day, on the 9th, I responded to the operation manager. I responded to the message where he demands the answers. Then I said to him, the allegations, is it the allegations that this happened in Pretoria? And I sent that. And then from there, I just blocked him. And he has another number where he can contact me with. So that was it. Nothing happened. And apparently
So you blocked the operations manager, not the CEO.
The CEO has never responded to me to this day.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, so there's somewhere I want us to get to. So the information reviewed includes WhatsApp correspondence submitted by Ms. Mabena. It was considered with care and seriousness. However, the content of the communication suggests the presence of a prior personal relationship which complicates the context of the claims. So here they're alleging that what they established from the information that you shared with the CEO, they established that there is prior personal relationship between you and Mr. Kunene here. What do you say about this?
I don't know what they are talking about because I was communicating with the guy regarding fashion shows, of which I'm also having an MOU with Eswatini, of which I was supposed to take Soweto Fashion Week with two Eswatini for the casting, of which it was supposed to be me, him, the two designers, and my son also, because he's my assistant. But on that, when we were supposed to go, it so happened that now, imagine I am the one having a MOU with Eswatini, and the CEO tells his operations that, you know what, tell Grace that we decided to do a contract and collaboration with Eswatini. I want to communicate with the CEO of Eswatini. I'm like, whoa, Baz.
Oh, so they wanted to.
I was like, whoa, Baz.
Okay, so yeah, let's go back a little bit. So, because they are alleging that there's personal relationship between you and Mr. Andile. So, I want you to put it in record. So you are saying the only communication that you had with Mr. Andile, it was in relations to...
Yes, I was traveling to Eswatini.
Traveling to Eswatini.
I have no relationship,
which you can say is business.
It's business.
And you can prove that.
I can prove that. I have absolutely nothing to do. Even him, he knows, even when we talk, I always say, I was married to a Ugandan, which that man treated me like a queen that I am. I was married to a South African man, of which he didn't want my son, and I left him. And I got married at that time to another South African, of which it was a 2 years abusive marriage. So I made it clear, everybody knows who knows Grace, that I will never, ever in my life be involved or marry a South African man again, a black South African man again, because of the personal experience that I had. First of all, I was raped by a black South African man. I was abused, this and this and this. So everybody knows, even him knows, that I will never.
Okay, so
why would I date a married man? He's a black South African. I will never date him.
Let's look into the statement again.
Yes.
Because here they're saying we strongly encourage Ms. Mabena to pursue the matter through the appropriate legal or law enforcement channels to ensure that a fair and impartial investigation is conducted. And this is where they indicate that only when Mr. Kunene is found guilty, they will only take disciplinary measures against him. What do you take from this statement?
I think what's happening here, he's biased because he knew about this from day one. And after that, I started doing my own, sending all the pictures. And Soweto Fashion Week was tagged, of which I even tagged everything. I've tagged the designers and everybody. And some of the designer, the female designer, even said to him, do you see this? Because this is serious. This is going to be the end of Soweto Fashion Week. There was no response. There was another video and another video. Nothing happened. But on Saturday, models, they said this was discussed to all the models that Miss Gracie, please do, there's trending messages which are going around, so ignore what she's saying. In fact, we are taking legal actions against her. That was said on the 9th to the models. And some of the models who were coming for me saying, do you have proof? Do you have this? I mean, if there was no pictures, according to those models, female models, Grace is a liar. And I thank God that you cannot say the pictures, it's a lie.
So are you planning to take any legal actions?
Definitely, but as for the South African justice, I do not report anything because I was failed by the justice, and I keep on speaking. I very talk. I'm a spokesperson for domestic violence and abuse. I'm a GBV advocate, and I'm a GBV. So the system has failed me. So if they cannot take a rape case serious, if they can sell my docket and do all those things, do you really think that they're going to take this?
So how are you going to go about it?
I will wait for them. That's what I told them. Even I saw on that statement when they are talking about legal actions, I'm like, my attorney will be waiting. If they want to sue for defamation of character, let them do it. I'll be waiting for them.
So you are saying you are not, because let me understand this. Yes. You are saying you have been failed by the South African justice system. Yes. So because of that, you are not. I'm not going to report to the SA. Anywhere.
No. If you are raped in South Africa, there was medicals that I was raped, but my case was thrown out.
Okay.
So do you really think the South African justice will do something about it? No, definitely not. In South Africa,
with the proof that you are saying you are having. And because this thing played out in public where other people were there, why not pursue a case, because there are witnesses who can testify and there's proof that...
The witnesses, the ones who are saying I'm wrong.
So they are saying
now the pictures. The pictures is the only witness that I have. All models, the room that was full of people, it's a lie. It didn't happen. But the pictures are there. So do you tell me that those models who are coming for me are they witness? No, they are not witness.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and thinking, if this really happened to an old woman like yourself,
yes,
who has been in the industry for so long, what about these young ones who aspire to enter into this industry and desperate to get a break? So yeah, it's a pretty ugly picture.
Heavy. It's
so
painful.
What can you say to, like, what awareness are you sending to everyone out there, to every parent who's listening to this, to every aspiring model who's listening to this, to everyone, to every South African, to all the VMC listeners? What awareness are you sending to them?
The awareness that I'm sending to everybody is, especially to the parents, you need to be involved. You need to attend the casting, be there for your kids. Even if especially when your children, they are under 18 and stuff, make sure that you are there. And you know what the good thing is, white people, when their kids are doing this, they are involved. Us, we are not involved. I'm the parent. I'm involved in my kid's life in each and every way I attend. But I am begging that the mothers, the parents, be involved in castings, in rehearsals, be there. They must see that you are there. And for the girls, it's okay if you are not chosen. Be proud of your body. It's okay to say no. If somebody tells you, touch you anyhow, or say things that you do or you do not like, you do not have to bend just because you want to be on a ramp. Be a proud girl. Be a proud woman to say no. And your no must be firm. You cannot be bending for anything. When you stand on that ramp, be there and be proud of yourself that I did this because of merits. I did this because of my experience, my this, my that. But you don't find yourself one day that you are standing where you are because you had to bend. Your body is your pride, and not for any man. And my body is not a CV. Definitely not a CV. You take me as I am. If I say no, it's no.
Mrs Ntshabele, because you are saying that the people who were supposed to testify on what happened, people who witnessed what happened,
Yes.
they are part of the people who are attacking
They
you now.
created the groups.
So
Yeah,
what can you
WhatsApp
say to
groups.
them? What can you say to, because if this is indeed is what is happening,
Even the designers.
I think they are perpetuating this type of behavior. So what can you say to them?
To them, what I can say to all those models, females and males, and designers, the ones who are also the judgings, the judging in the casting, that I am praying for them. One designer said to me, I was supposed to, why did I take her? She has cousins, she has what? If I wanted to this thing to stop, I was supposed to put my foot down. It was not going to happen again. I was supposed to do it in Pretoria. So that means I lured this man to continue to do this.
So it's your fault now.
That's a female, yes. That's a female. She's a brand. She's this, she's that. I said to her, I wish it, because now you're thinking about your cousin and stuff. I wish it happened to your own child or to your mother. Because remember, I am somebody's mother who is also a model. My daughter, she's also an artist and stuff. She's just 10, 15 years. Imagine tomorrow to go to this industry, her qualifications and everything is not seen, but her body is the one who can make her to be on that stand, because I didn't want to sleep with him. That's why they asked me to be out of the show. So me refusing to bend is the reason why I was out of the show.
So since you have been in this industry for
Yes.
this long,
Yes.
was it the first time where you experienced this thing where a man will ask to sleep with you so that they can
To
give you
continue.
favors, or you can continue being part of whatever that is happening?
This one, yes, it was the first one of to be so intense and be like this. But there was another fashion show last year we needed to attend, where one of the organizers from Val, he was doing all this. We just pulled out, and I was proud of this other girl who just stood up like me, and she said no, and we all pulled out. But she was insulted by the wife of the organization and many other models, because there are models out there who will do anything to see themselves being the next Naomi Campbell. And to be Naomi Campbell, you really need to be grounded. To be me, to be Grace, to represent the country, you need to be grounded. No, there's no lukewarm, there's nothing. It's either black or white, there's no in between.
So what do you think should happen with Soweto Fashion Week? Do you wish that they could do better, like find maybe another operations manager, or they should just close down everything? Because clearly they are about getting in between the legs of women in order for this to go on. What do you think should happen?
What I think of me, what I listened to the interview on ENCA, I saw the CEO saying that they are giving opportunity to the models and designers to showcase their talent. To me, they wanted to explore my body. I don't know it's whether I'm the only one or there's others who are scared to talk. So is it indeed that for the past 15 years, they were really doing what needs to be done? Because I don't think there's any someone that I know of who says, okay, after Soweto Fashion Week, definitely Moscow took me. What took me? I haven't heard anybody. If there's one, they can speak out, they can correct me. So to me, this had happened to me. So, I don't think that the CEO was there. I mean, he saw everything. He knows. That means even him, he's... how can you defend? Because yesterday there was a call when they called somebody who is close. He was asked yesterday before the release. He was asked that, did you contact Grace? He said no.
So because now...
So he knows about it. Before he wrote that, he was already advised that you were supposed to contact Grace. So it's clear that him is trying to cover his name and his brand, and it doesn't look good.
Because now, if nothing is done, obviously we can have another female experiencing the same thing.
Yes.
So yeah, like I did ask that, what do you think should be done about this thing? As someone who's speaking up, you know, when we speak up, we are not speaking up just for the sake of speaking up, you know, and continue with our lives. We speak up so that they can be changed.
They can be changed.
You know, so yeah, we really need to understand what is it that should happen.
I think what should happen, I think maybe they can award it to somebody who really have a heart, who's been in the industry, who knows exactly what's happening behind closed doors. Somebody who's not going to be biased. I cannot call Hlulani because that I know Hlulani and said, come and be an operation manager because we are friends. First of all, you know nothing. You've never been on a ramp. You don't know what models go through. And another thing, there should be a commit because there's a commit association where there can be somebody when something like this happened to the models. There can be a channel where they can go and report something like this because at this moment, there's no way we can report. And the sad part that those models, they have created the group about Mama Grace. Mama Grace, she's very famous. She's trending, I'm telling you. A group called Mama Grace, she's a scammer, of which I was supposed to be on the other show with other models, fashion show, which is Ma Africa fashion show for the 14th of June. I called that director and told him that what's happening because I was coming with other models for the. Guess what? He is also into them now. He said, no, Mama Grace, you cannot be part of this and you cannot bring your models because there's drama and scandal. I'm the one who called you and told you what's happening, and now you are siding with them. Okay, your show, or you are scared of scandal because you were a Kasi fashion show. Now you are trading as Mohatu. And now you are saying, Mama Grace, a woman who is a victim here, you are saying you do not want to be part of scandal. Do you understand that you are a man, you have maybe kids, and right now you are saying, we are putting this woman on the side. We don't want to associate with her.
Because she's speaking up.
Because she's speaking out. That means you are literally saying, we are silencing her. We need to silence her. And I love the woman, my role model, Maya Angelou. So they try to silence me. So the society, the justice, the what, they try to silence me. And I am not going to be keeping quiet about things like this because I'm speaking for me as Grace. I'm speaking for my children. I'm speaking for other people worldwide. This thing happens all over. It's not the first time it's happening with me, and it's definitely not I'm praying that it's the last time.
Exactly. That was saying that,
So,
Yes.
Mrs. Ntshabele,
Yes.
because I'm thinking about those who might be there who are scared to come out and speak about whatever the treatment that they might have experienced under in the hands of the same man that we are talking about here. What can you say if there are any other victims who are scared to speak up?
I don't know other children how they are raised, but to them I can say, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't invite him to do this. He, as a man, he saw an opportunity and he saw that you are vulnerable and you are desperate to be on this. So you saying yes, you wanted to be on the ramp, it was wrong. It was wrong. You did absolutely nothing. You can speak up if you want to, and if you don't want to, I cannot force anybody. You know what happened to you, and you cannot be fighting something. Why is Mama Grace talking if nothing happened to you? Why are you talking?
And also,
what's banning you? And you know, the sad part is there's pro bono contract for Soweto Fashion Week, where the full names is there. On my contract, it's written in black and white, Phumzile Grace Ntshabele. Why am I referred as Miss Phumi Mabena? why?
And also, sometimes you don't need to go through something to understand that somebody is going through something.
Yes.
And desperation shouldn't be a driving force, because once you're desperate, you're going to band for
Yes.
these gigs, So I wish they could speak up so that there can be change.
Yes.
And we are proud of you for speaking up, and don't back down. If that is your truth, then should remain your truth.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think she said something interesting when she was introducing herself about the book that she has written.
Yeah.
My Mother Hates Me. I'm so interested in knowing that, just a brief to understand that. What inspired that? Is it because your mother hated you?
It's my
or
true life story.
your true
Oh,
life
okay.
story. Just briefly. Take us through that journey.
In fact, that book, it's basically from when I was 13 years, after losing my late brother, all the way to 30 years after burying my late husband. So it's a book about me, of what happened to me. I cannot go deep in it right now, because already... Even to this day, I am turning 44 years, but the hate is still there, and there's court case and there's all that. So at this moment, I don't want to go deep. If you go and watch my podcasts for Madam Speaker, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4, I am talking deeply about really what happened. So anybody who's interested can just go there and watch. And tomorrow, it's my 5th podcast with Madam Speaker, where we are talking again also about... what happened, because I was there on the 10th for also raising awareness about this thing, that we cannot be silenced.
Yeah, we
cannot
can't.
be silenced. And my truth is my truth, and the truth remains.
Yeah, the Soweto Fashion Week. If you want any right of reply, you are welcome to contact the station. We are very willing to do that to you, because to them as well, we have got serious questions that we would like to ask, particularly based on the statement that they released.
Yes.
Because we will also want to understand the internal process that they are talking about. And we also want to understand, did they get a full story? Did the CEO engage Mrs Ntshabele on the allegations that she put before him? And a whole lot of things that we still want to ask them. If they feel like they want any right of reply, they can contact the station. They are welcome.
And they should correct their stand. I am not Miss Mabena. I am Mrs Ntshabele.
Where do they get the Mabena surname?
It's on my social media. You see my Instagram. It's pumi.mabena.
Okay.
So they got it there.
That's my maiden name.
Oh,
I
Mabena.
got married many years ago.
But they are not. So they are
would
not
you
so wrong to say Mabena.
No, I am not. I'm not Miss Mabena. I am Mrs Ntshabele. I got married a long time ago.
Okay.
Why would you refer to me as Miss Mabena? You want Miss Mabena, you speak to Miss Mabena.
So
I am
you
Mrs.
you're still saying the statement.
It's not for me.
It's not for okay.
Definitely not for me.
Okay.
Until they
I think
contact
you hold that
me.
right.
Until they contact me.
I think you hold that right to be addressed correctly. Okay, thank you so much, VMC Planet Radio. If I'm such a show ya sograna montla, I can swinene ka contributors ta show ya sograna montla, Lou na Kebo. And yeah, thank you so much. Sugaga mina hlano bright nera hlangana nvikile taka kwala ka VMC Planet Radio ikuma kahle ka www.vmcplanetradio.co.za.
Yes, so of course, thank you so much for joining us, Mrs Ntshabele. It was great having you and you raising awareness about sexual harassment in the modeling industry. Yes, I just hope that those who are also experiencing this, they will come up and speak up, because we want an industry that is healthy and safe for everybody to be in there. Because as one person also that I am in the modeling industry, it touches me, because I am a woman too, and I don't know what is it that I can experience tomorrow. So to the organizers and people in power, please don't use your power to exploit and take advantage of people that were meant to be on the ramps because of merit. Now you want them to bend over. So yeah, Hlulani, thank you so much for having me today as your co-host. We are doing this again. Yes, we are doing this again next week. Thank you so much to VMC
so
Planet
we still
Radio
say
listeners.
no to sex for ramps as VMC Planet Radio.
Definitely.
So ifamba la hikusiya kahle risimu kusuka ka J John Dzunganenge tiphina rona risimu rero kusuka ka mina Hlano Bright nere phu choyoyo shamini radio ayihlangana neviki lertaka nere
Aye.
wena akolova kona nere
Mani fakile kava kokwani